I genuinely don't even know how to start this video. Ah! Wow! Okay, what a week it has been, has it not? It has. Oh, it has. So, I guess I should start by saying hi. I'm Megan. Welcome to a regularly scheduled Megan video. If you don't know what's happened, and you are one of the original 67 people that were subscribed to me on Monday, I'm filming this now on Friday, October. It's not October, unfortunately. Spooky season! I'm filming this now Friday, August 28th. Look at Polly. Look how cute she is. Oh my god. Like I said, if you were one of the original 67 people that were subscribed to me on Monday, my channel kind of went mini viral in the last 4 days. As I am checking this now, I have 1,428 subscribers. I had 67 on Monday. So that means I've gained roughly about 1,360 subscribers since Monday, and it is Friday. So, yeah. Hello, everybody. Hello, old and new. Welcome to another video. If you're new here, thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for liking me enough to subscribe and want to stick around. Again, like if you don't know what happened, John from Obese to Beast featured my last video on fat acceptance and why it is kind of terrible in his live stream on Monday. And it kind of popped off. It was a whole thing. I was freaking the fuck out. I was working at home and I had to take like a 10-minute break because I was getting really emotional. I've followed John since before I even started losing weight, and so to get his feedback alone was good enough. Not to mention everybody in the live stream and afterwards when he posted it on his channel kind of popped off and started following me on Instagram and subscribing to me and telling me how cute I was, and I don't know what. It's a lot. And it's been really overwhelming, which is why there wasn't a video on Wednesday, and also there wasn't a video on Wednesday because I had an interview with John about my fat acceptance video and about kind of my story with weight loss and the fat acceptance movement. And after that, things just popped off even more, and now we're at 1,428 subscribers, which I know is still very small, but it means so much to me. Like, I can't express my gratitude for those of you that are here from that video, and I can't express my gratitude to John enough for featuring me on his channel and giving me a place to speak. Yeah. And just the overwhelming messages of support and love that I've gotten on here and on Instagram, it's been just astounding and very surreal, honestly. Like, I was literally like on Monday just wondering to myself, like, oh wow, I got 67 subscribers. Like, how long is it gonna take me to get to 1,000? How long is it gonna take me to get to 500, let alone 1,000, right? So this is all just cuckoo bananas. I've had a lot of coffee today because I had a lot to do today, so if I'm a little like, that's why, but it's also just because of what has happened in the past like 4 or 5 days. I recognize that there are a ton of new people here, and I am so excited to grow this channel with all of you, and I thought what better way to start off this whole new thing than a Q&A. I asked to be asked questions on Instagram, which, by the way, now that I am above 1,000 subscribers, I have unlocked the community tab feature, but I read that it can take up to a week to update on my channel. So next time in the future for Q&As, I'll probably do another one here maybe next month. I will ask for questions on Instagram and on my community tab, just so all bases are covered and everybody has a chance to ask me questions if they even want to. Yeah, so I asked for questions and you guys gave me some questions. First of all, I'm going to start off with some basics. My name's Megan. I live in Denver, Colorado, and I am 23 years old, although I'm going to be 24 on the 7th. So, like, next Monday, I'm going to be 24. So, yeah. What else? Yes, also, it is 20 to 9 p.m., and I'm drinking this coffee that's been sitting on my table for a while here. I can't let it go to waste, so. I am a graphic designer, full-time. I have an Etsy store called Maid Station. I make stickers and cards, and I have earrings that I just have yet to post. I need to make packaging for them. All that stuff will be down in the description box below if you want to check that out. It would mean a lot to me. Yeah. So yeah, my name's Megan. I'm 23, almost 24, live in Denver, and I'm a graphic designer full-time, and I have an Etsy store. Cool. Those are the bases I wanted to cover. So let's go on the Instagram, which I have had so much fun connecting with you all on Instagram. I've been talking to so many of you, and it's so much fun. So I have the questions pulled up. I have a Powerpuff Girls phone case. It's very exciting. Oh, also, before I start anything, I know I've gotten comments about how the ring light in my glasses is distracting. And so I like being able to see, and I only have a limited supply of contact lenses, and I like my glasses. But rest assured, I'm going to do some research on how to eliminate that as much as possible. I think the solution will be just more lighting, so I can kind of have it on the side of me instead of right in front of me. Rest assured, I'm trying to figure that out, because I don't want it to be distracting. Okay, let's get into the questions. So, I'm just going to start at the bottom and go first to most recent. Sandy Andy 92 asked me, how has the pandemic... oh my god. Sandy Andy 92 asked me how the pandemic has affected my life. And I think a better way to answer that is, how hasn't the pandemic affected my life? I was in a really hinky spot when it happened. I had just had a big medical scare. I'm fine, don't worry, it was just a thing. And then, so my mom came out to Denver from Michigan. I'm from Michigan originally. Came out to Denver from Michigan, and she got stuck here for 3 months, and my boyfriend was quarantining with me. So it was the three of us for 3 months in my tiny 500 square foot apartment. It's really done a number on my mental health. I'm getting better. I did start therapy amidst the pandemic, because just the uncertainty of it all and the being in my apartment all the time thing was really kicking up the depression and the anxiety, which I'm more than willing to do a video on that, to go more in depth on that. Yeah, and I'm working from home. I am so grateful to have a job where I can work from home, because I know a lot of people don't, and a lot of people are very down and out right now, and I can't even imagine being in that kind of a position. I'm not even going to talk about how working from home has affected me, because it has, but like, who cares, because I still have a job. But I would say biggest thing is the pandemic has affected my mental health a lot. I started therapy. I still kind of struggle. But it has also allowed me to get in touch with people that I haven't talked with in a really long time. And that's been really nice. And also, it made me start my YouTube channel because I was bored. And look where we are now. Look what happened. So, not all bad, but it's definitely very weird. Aww. Lomark asked me, and I went to college with her, how do you cope with post-college creativity? I've definitely have felt lost at times. P.S. So proud of you, girl. XOXO. Thank you. Post-college creativity, I also understand that, and having a job in graphic design too, I feel like kind of wears on your creativity a little bit, because you're just doing it all the time. And I graduated, and about 3 weeks later I had a job, so I didn't really have a lot of downtime. For me, getting creative in like in a post-college life and after work kind of is just stuff that I just want to make for no particular reason, and that keeps me wanting to get creative. Things that I can put in my Etsy store, or things that I just want to make and post on Instagram, or things that I just want to make for myself, like just doing stuff for me and doing stuff that really just speaks to me. That's what keeps me creative after college, and that's what helps keep my creativity alive after work as well. Rad Lily asks, how do you feel about your loose skin? Are you planning on skin removal? So if you don't know, I have lost 115 pounds, which is why I made the whole post-fat acceptance movement video. I've lost about 115 pounds. I had weight loss surgery. And I do have a lot of loose skin right now because I carry the majority of my weight in my midsection. And so I still have a hanging belly and skin and what I believe to be a lot of subcutaneous fat that just needs to get sucked out of there that I can't really do anything about. And I used to think of it, I've come to terms a lot with it in the last few months. Because it was really, really bothering me, to be completely honest. I used to think of it as like, I feel like I'm constantly in a fat suit. I don't feel like I look how I should. But I have now kind of come to terms with the fact that it's there. And I see it as a way to see my progress. Do I like it? We're getting there, but I am looking at having it removed, hopefully within like next year. I would like to start consulting with a doctor about that, just because I think it's the best route for me to take mentally, and it'll help me feel more connected with the progress that I have made. Do you think that getting your VSG improved your relationship with food, or are there still struggles? So okay. This is a really good question. I don't think that VSG inherently changed my relationship with food. I think what changed my relationship with food was the 6-month weight management program that I had to go through prior to VSG. So in order to get approved by my insurance, because I am lucky enough to have insurance and have the privilege to get this surgery done, I know that there are a lot of people out there that don't, and I just want to acknowledge that I recognize that I have that privilege. But so in order to get approved by insurance, I had to go through a documented 6-month weight management program with an obesity science doctor. And they wanted me to lose about 10% of my body weight, so about 30 pounds before I had surgery. I would say that changed my relationship with food more than my surgery did, but I will say that I do think that my surgery has changed my relationship with food just solely by the portions that I eat now. Like I mentioned in my interview with John, on the 10th of September, I'll be 2 years out from having surgery. I'll be 2.5 years out from just starting the bariatric program. So I can pretty much eat like a normal person now. But having had the mental training of feeling full after so little food for 2 years, that's kind of just how much I eat now, and that helps my portion control a lot. So I will say surgery helped me in that aspect, but my whole relationship with food was definitely flipped after that 6-month weight management program. Do I still have struggles? Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's something that I kind of want to speak on in a video about why the fitness community on Instagram and online can kind of suck sometimes. I went through a period where I was just hyper focused on all nutrition, everything I was eating, to the point where it was really obsessive and not good. Luckily, I was able to catch myself before it turned into anything really, really bad, but I was definitely in a mindset like that for a little while. And obviously, I still want junk food. Like, who doesn't want junk food? It tastes good, okay? Like, the only thing different now is, like, I keep the cap to my Ben & Jerry's. I don't throw it away immediately after opening it like I used to. And that's just the truth. My favorite video game, Past Jaded asks, Animal Crossing, Bing Bang Bong. hands down. Oh, and all the Nancy Drew games. I grew up playing those. I still love them. I want to get a Nancy Drew tattoo someday because, like, it's just a whole thing. I still have all of them. I found a way to download them all on my Mac, and I found a way to download them all on my Mac during recovery for my surgery, or from my surgery, so I had something to do. That's really funny. Yeah, so I can still play them, and I still do. KMB, KDB. I went to high school with KDB. What do you love most about where you live and why? Where else would you be interested in living? Denver reminds me a lot of my hometown, but bigger. I'm from a very small town in Michigan, but Denver reminds me a lot of that. The people, the atmosphere, everything is very similar, but there's just more stuff to do, and the mountains are beautiful, and everybody is so nice. It's a big city, but everybody's nice and cares about each other for the most part, and it's really great. Where else would I be interested in living? London. I would love to live in London. I don't know if I ever will. I'd like to get to a point where I can travel there a lot, because I studied abroad there my junior year of college, and it's easily the best thing I ever did in college. I would also be interested in making a video about that if anybody wants more information. But yeah, I would love to live in London. Some of my very best friends are there, and I just love that city so much. Alright, my camera cut off. It only films in 20-minute increments, so yeah. How tall are you? Health Inspo 800 asks, how tall are you, and how did you get into graphic design? Love from a fellow designer. Hey! I am 5'7.5", roughly, so 5'7", we'll just call it 5'7". And I got into graphic design when I took a web design class in high school, which was mainly just learning how to use Photoshop, and Dreamweaver, which I hate Dreamweaver now that I've had more experience in other things. And I just remember sitting at the computer one day in class and being like, I could do this for a living, and then I did. So, that's, yeah, it's really not that inspiring of a story. I could ramble on forever about why I love design now, though, now that I've learned about it in such depth. But that's initially how I got into design. That's literally it. That's it. So, Selena loses 100 pounds. Hell yeah, girl, get it. Do you calorie count? If so, how many do you try to stick to? Thanks. So right now I am kind of experimenting a little bit. I am currently enrolled in Weight Watchers, and I am tracking calories. I'm just trying to see what works best for me in the moment, because Weight Watchers has worked fabulously for me in the past. It's how I lost the 40 pounds before surgery, in conjunction with going to the doctor once a month. But I'm just kind of seeing now what works better for me, whether it is calorie counting or Weight Watchers. When I'm calorie counting, and I logged myself as a moderately active person, because I have been going back to the gym finally, like 3-ish times a week, 3 to 4 times a week. My budget for calories is 1,498. And then if you're curious on Weight Watchers, I get 26 points a day on Weight Watchers. Oh, also I use Lose It to track my calories. Another question about loose skin. If you guys want me to make a whole video about my loose skin, I would be glad to. I don't care really about showing it to people anymore. Like, I will do that. And I will also make a video about how I embrace it and how I just kind of live with it in the moment, even though I want to get it removed. Let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. I already kind of answered this question. Eliza MW asks, have you struggled with loose skin? Yes. Tips on how to embrace it. See it as progress. Live with it for the moment. Make the changes take the steps to make the changes that you want in terms of fixing your loose skin. There's really no way to exercise loose skin away. So that's kind of shitty. Right now, I just see it as a way to view my progress and to see how much healthier I am now than I used to be. If you could tell your past self any one thing, what would it be? D-Wellness Journey. They are the one that put my video on Obese to Beast Discord in the first place. So thank you. Oh my god, thank you. One, Keep the Ben & Jerry's cap, put it back on after eating a little bit. Don't eat the whole fucking thing. So funny. No, I would tell my past self that you are valid now and you are beautiful now, but you're extremely unhealthy and you need to do something about it. I would tell my past self that a lot earlier than I actually did it, because the amount of better that I feel now after losing so much weight is indescribable, and I wish I would afforded my body and myself that much love to admit that to myself sooner. What was the hardest part of weight loss for you? Determined Danny asked me that. Thank you. I would say the hardest part of weight loss for me was not being able to outwardly, or physically see my progress for a really long time. I just kept going. It never deterred me from not exercising, but it was difficult not to see it. So I remember when I first started and I couldn't see a large amount of progress in myself. I could feel it when I exercised. And to a point, that's still how I view exercise. It's a way for me to view the progress that I've made. But yeah, that was definitely one of the hardest parts. Also, I would say emotionally one of the hardest parts was seeing the difference in the way I am treated by the public, whether that be when I'm shopping or by members of the opposite sex. I think that was really hard because more or less I'm a little more confident now, but more or less I am the same person, and it was really hard for me to grasp why I was treated so much differently and so much better after weight loss. I would also make a video on that. If you guys want any of these videos, just specify them down below and I will make them. I'm looking for any and all suggestions at the moment because there's 1,400 of you here now, so yeah. Someone just says hi, hello, and then another person just gave me a thumbs up emoji, so thumbs up to you, my guy. And Mandy Jamali asks me, what kind of job do I have? I'm a graphic designer. I'm a corporate graphic designer. That's all I'm really going to say because that's all I really want to disclose, but I'm a graphic designer and I also have an Etsy store. So, those were all of the questions that I got asked. I also asked for video ideas on there, and y'all gave me some bangers, so I'm very thankful for that as well. But like I said, if you have any suggestions, just leave them down below. Happy to oblige, because I'm still so new at this, and I did not expect to gain such a following in such a short amount of time. Again, I cannot begin to express my gratitude for you all being here, and for all of your kind words and your words of motivation, and you guys telling me that my videos helped you in some way. That means the world to me, because that's ultimately what I kind of want to do. I want to be like a virtual big sister, you know, or little sister or friend. Or so just thank you all for being here. Welcome to my channel. Next video is going to be a cooking video. I'm going to be making some healthy pierogies in honor of my grandma. It's her birthday on Wednesday. She's passed, but she was the coolest lady, and made the most bomb pierogies, so I'm honoring her by making pierogies in a video. So I know she'd be very excited about what happened this week if she was still here. I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm gonna go edit this so I can get it up ASAP for y'all, because you've been patient with me dealing with the overwhelmingness that was this week. Thank you all again for being here. I love you all so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!